Hi everyone, welcome to the Dave's World YouTube channel. So, I decided to make a video on the p0299 underboost code. The reason I'm doing that is pretty much on a daily basis I'm helping people diagnose their cars, and a lot of times it's because they have the p0299 code or the p1101 mass airflow sensor code. They kind of go hand in hand sometimes, which is why I'm bringing up both codes. So, behind me, CRUZE Missile helped me assemble basically the OEM intercooler system with, this is the Super CRUZES Big Turbo and the Super CRUZES Wastegate. The reason I have them on the bench is I wanted to show you pretty much how everything works and things you should look for on the factory intercooler system. These obviously will be installed in your car, but I want to simulate it here because I don't actually have them in the car anymore because I have the Super CRUZES intercooler system. So let's take a look at everything. Okay, so this is the simulated intercooler system. So this is literally what comes in a Generation 2 CRUZE. Now, 9 times out of 10, the wastegate is actually the problem, and the car is underboosting because the wastegate is weak. So, you can solve this problem by putting in an aftermarket wastegate. So we have our Super CRUZES wastegate, which comes in different colors. I really like the yellow, which is why I have the yellow in the video. But you can get these in different colors. You can get them in different styles too. So anyway, the reason I bring this up is these end up getting weak, and you can replace them with another OEM replacement, but then what happens is very shortly after, these end up getting weak again. So the fix for that is putting in an upgraded version. So these upgraded versions are good for anywhere from 15 to like 35 PSI. And basically, you call me, you let me know, hey, you tell me the year of your car, and what I will do is assemble this, and it'll be set up for the preload to go right onto the turbo, so you don't have to mess around with preloads or anything. It'll literally bolt on without a problem. Now, 9 times out of 10, that will fix your underboost code. However, if that doesn't fix your underboost code, there are a few areas on these turbochargers that could leak. For starters, right down here, your turbocharger has a quick connect that basically has rubber O-rings on the inside. These O-rings fall apart over time. Then what it also has is this rubber itself, the rubber ends up disintegrating, so these actually split open. Now this did split off. I held on to this just so I could show people this stuff in the future, which is why I still have it. But again, down here at the bottom, this should be connected. You have another O-ring in there. That's what this rubber piece is right here. And what happens too is these little springs that hold everything in place get weak, and under boost pressure, you end up leaking here, you end up leaking through the hose. You can leak right here on the turbo silencer. You can leak right here at the turbo. You can leak, there have your diverter locations, that's where your diverter is located. You can leak there. You can leak over here again at your intercooler. You have that O-ring again in here you can leak. You could actually leak along here. This is where the core from the intercooler and the plastic meet. This gets crimped. Over time, these crack. This is why I have an intercooler upgrade. And then at the throttle body, you can also leak as well. So up here, you have this little clip, and this little clip has these little spacers built into them that end up cracking over time. And again, inside here, you have another O-ring.
Are you excited to find one-of-a-kind parts for your Chevy Cruze? Visit supercruzes.com to make your ride even better.
What ends up happening is if any of those O-rings go bad, or any of the clips that hold the pipe in place, or the diverter sticks, you'll end up getting the underboost code, the p0299. The other thing that happens is, let's say your diverter is sticking or your factory wastegate is so weak that the turbocharger can't produce power. Sometimes the mass airflow sensor interprets that as a problem. So you'll end up getting the P1101 or P011. I believe those are the codes. So you end up having mass airflow sensor problems. So the reason I'm bringing this up and showing everybody everything is because I wanted to make sure that everybody understands why I have replacements for all these things. So on the website, I do have replacement, just the pipes. Like if you want to replace the pipes from the intercooler up to the throttle body, or from the turbocharger down to the intercooler. I've been basically making those for years, but lately I've been getting a rise in it because a lot of people are having problems with these cars because they're getting older, and now the pipes are available just to run the factory intercooler. I think that's a waste though. I would much rather you guys replace the entire intercooler because the factory intercooler is not that great. But if you have basically like one of these pipes that are no good, give me a call and we'll end up getting a new setup on your car. The other reason I'm showing you this turbocharger is because this is a new product. This turbocharger is larger than OEM. So basically the OEM turbocharger has roughly a 32 millimeter inlet. This turbocharger has a 47 millimeter inlet. So what does that mean for you? Well, on Super Cruises, I have several different upgrades for the factory turbo for the Gen 2. So on the Gen 2, you have your factory turbo, then I have an upgraded billet wheel. What it will do is basically take the factory sized impeller, but it's made out of billet and it's high speed, so you can actually spool the turbo higher and faster. So you end up producing about 15, 20 more horsepower over stock. This turbo is actually physically larger than that one. So this one will get you to around the 225 to 240 horsepower range. So I wanted something that was more budget, and I wanted something that was, you know, if you're younger and you want to build power, but you don't want to do some extreme high horsepower build where you have to change a whole bunch of parts because you have to back up the amount of boost you're trying to produce, this is kind of what that's for. So this is more for if you want to build the car and you want something that's like a nice daily driver horsepower. It gives you boost fast and it gives you power up front for good passing. That's what this turbocharger is for. I wanted to come out with something that produces more horsepower and gets you the most horsepower you can before you start having to worry about your transmission, before you have to start worrying about breaking axles, modifying your valve springs, upgrading your valve train. I mean, there's a lot of stuff you have to start doing when you get in the high horsepower range. The cars that are up over around 300 horsepower have, you know, axle problems, transmission problems. I mean, you sort of have to watch it. It depends on your driving style. I mean, if you're a person. So my camera's being difficult today for some reason while I was filming this. It just kept shutting off, and I actually think the memory card's having a problem, but I might have to upgrade my camera. But what I was trying to say is, I have some cool upgrades. I'm trying to put stuff out there for the everyday person who's on a budget but wants power, doesn't want to break their car, but they want to be able to have, maybe not 400 horsepower, maybe not 300, but double what OEM is. But when you're double the OEM horsepower, that actually makes for a really nice daily driver. So that's the kind of level I like to have my cars at. So that's what I have available. If you guys think this is cool, please comment below. If you're interested in this, it is available now. You can get it on supercruises.com. By the time you see this video, it'll probably already be on the website. I was talking to Jerry about it, so he's ready to tune these things at Bad News Racing. If you don't use Bad News Racing for your tuning, you could get the tunes through Super Cruises, or if you have another tuner, let me know, and I can help you out with getting this thing tuned on your car. So thanks again, everybody. If you like everything I've been doing, again, please comment below. Thanks for supporting Geraldine. She's been doing a great job helping with the YouTube channel and helping with the website. She's been a huge help for me because I've been having a lot of health issues, and she's been a fantastic addition to the community and a fantastic addition to the website and the YouTube channel. So I appreciate you guys supporting everybody. And remember, I'm not a business. I didn't start YouTube to sell products. I started YouTube because I wanted to be a YouTuber. I started my Super Cruises business because the community wanted it. The community literally asked me to start it so I could supply parts to you guys. So I keep innovating, I keep coming out with new stuff, and I hope you love everything I'm doing. Have a nice day, everybody.